Hey guys. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I see a lot of microphones. Yeah, now I see you. There you go. Mm. Robin, let me ask you this here. I didn't get the I don't think I don't think that I got the overview of BOSI's program. Oh, okay. Yeah. And I got I think a small overview of the same. Let me see here. Mm-hmm. It's okay. But I remember both of the programs. I mean, it's not yeah. Why I don't have the board packet? I don't think I do. I got the rest of the stuff though. I'm not going to need all of that. Just for the discussion when we come on at 11:30. The rest of the stuff it's I'm all right. Um, no, not really, because I think the discussion about these approvals here, my sense is that they'll go through. I mean, we're just re-upping it again, and so they will come to the board meeting to present, right? Okay. Well, we'll grill them real good. Anna, how you doing this morning? Gee, I really wish I could have came downtown today. The nicest day of the year. Yeah. I'm local. Yeah. want to open up the executive committee meeting. We have a couple of proposals today that we need to review. We have BOCES 1 in the same program, Monroe BOCES 2 for the CDL license program. Who's on first?
Same program. The same program, honey, is
Okay.
first.
Our
I think I'll have, who's gonna take the lead? Yeah. Lenny? Do you wanna stay, I'm sorry to do this, but
Just, yeah, have them go right next to Lynn on that.
come on the end here, then Heidi can see you up there.
Sure.
Oh, perfect. And I could scooch over too if we wanna, I don't know. Is that all right?
so is this Teresa, Mark, and Lenny?
Yes, I am Teresa Alampi Cortez. I'm one of the assistant principals over at Monroe 2 BOCES.
Okay, nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
I'm Lenny Hall, the machining teacher at Monroe Number 1.
Well, you don't have to introduce yourself, Lenny.
Thank you for the compliment.
Yeah, you come with the program. So why don't you let us hear what you have on tap for us, and we'll go from there.
Sure. We just wanted to share some information about the same program and the successes that we've had in the past. Last year, we had 16 students. We had one 8th grader at Monroe, 15 9th graders and 10th graders, and one 12th grader who took the same program. They were from 6 different districts, and actually 3 of them came to us from Webster and 1 from RCSD, so we actually cross-contracted kind of with Monroe 1 to take the overflow of those students. But our teacher gave us wonderful feedback. The students were very engaged, very interested. They were able to go around to local manufacturing industries. They went to Micro Instrument Corporation, Romold Incorporated, Hammer Packaging, Machine Tool Research, and of course the MCC Applied Tech Center, and learned a lot of information about manufacturing in general. A lot of these students, Lenny and I were just talking about them, are interested in pursuing engineering in the future. A lot of them are advanced students, and which doesn't always lend to them coming to our advanced manufacturing program at Monroe 2 BOCES, but it opens up opportunities for them to join the manufacturing industry, which is a success for us as a whole. So one of the projects that they did last year, our teacher actually expanded his curriculum and had them build an air-driven engine, which was a 12-piece project that took the students several weeks to manufacture. And the overall feedback that we got was that it was very challenging, but it was a great learning opportunity for them because they're learning how these things are manufactured. And as an engineer, if you understand the basics of putting things together, you're actually building your foundational knowledge. So overall, we thought it was very, very successful for the students.
So part of the program is, like Teresa said, to get the students involved in the manufacturing and engineering field, which a lot of them already sort of want to do. So we're pulling from all the high schools, and a lot of the students that attend the summer program are the higher end students that are taking advanced placement classes. They're the students that go, yeah, I'll go to school over the summer. So, so we don't get a lot of those kinds of students that sign up for our tech classes, our CTE classes, during the regular school year, because they have to take half of their day in the junior year and half of the day in the senior year and open up their homeschool classes for them to attend the BOCES location. So we don't pull a high number, and the statistics show it's somewhere between 10 and 20% of the students that take the same class do come into the, my class is called Automated Manufacturing and Machining, and the number one class is Engineering Fabrication.
Yes.
But those students do get that pre-engineering class in manufacturing. So they, instead of just coming out as in, coming out of college being book trained, they also have that training, hands-on training, where they know how to really create a precise hole, or does that hole have to be precise, and different ways to create a hole or machine a part. The other thing we expose the students to on Fridays are the all-day field trips, and it's just not places that cut metal. We visit optical fabrication places, we visit places that build machines. Leeson's is a great example. They really roll out the red carpet for us, and when we say we have an hour, they go, can we have 2 hours with your students?
Mm-hmm.
So it's really great that they want to spend that amount of time with our students.
I got a couple of different documents here. I just wanted to ask the question here. On the projects created, this air-driven engine, was that last year?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I see it says same 2023. So the students had to use, it says, both mill and lathe processors for this 12-piece project.
Yes.
What did the, I mean, what did the engine actually look like? I mean, it was tested and everything? They were pleased with the results?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So what they're doing is precision machining. So they're drilling all of the parts and the holes and building actually the entire engine from scratch. Yes.
And it's probably no bigger than a shoebox,
Yes.
or maybe even half that size.
Well, as always, I've been familiar with the program for quite some time now, and I think it's a very valuable learning experience to get people, get young folks interested in manufacturing.
Absolutely.
Is there any increase in the budget this year that you all are looking for, or what is the total cost of the budget this year? Is it still $40,000?
40,000 between the two
Two
schools, so
schools.
each school is asking for 20,000. And we work hard to make it so, you know, we know prices have gone up on metal and everything else, but, you know, what we've done over the past years has benefited the program, where we could hold the line on our costs.
Absolutely.
Not that we want to split the baby down the middle. I'm not trying to be Solomon, but which school do you think performs better?
Well, 1 year it's number one, and 1 year it's number two, so.
Right, we
I think good answer.
fluctuate.
I think that air engine sort of beat my projects out. but-
We, and our.
They've always said that the west side of the county was a little bit more adept to manufacturing than the east side. I just wanted your opinion on it.
Our numbers, so one of the other things that Lenny and I were just talking about, they range from 12 to 15% of the students who come back and actually take our CTE programs. So I think that we are building the manufacturing industry by offering these programs, for sure. So we range right in the same boat, between 12 and 15%. 12 for him, about 15% for Monroe too. Yeah, it's a little bit high.
Can I ask you, when kids visit the companies,
Mhm.
are they in awe with some of these machines? Because these CNC machines are really, really cool, right?
They are.
They
And so
really
what,
are.
I mean, do their eyes just go like,
I had one girl one year, and both her parents were in medicine, doctors or scientists or something like that. And that was her pathway, she thought. So it was like the second week, it clicked with her. She goes, so I could design and build a machine that can save lives? And the guy goes, definitely, that's what we're doing here. And she goes, oh my gosh. And she knew she was in the right place. It was really neat.
because that's the whole thing, like a lot of schools, you know, everything was push college, and mechanical engineering is important.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, there's, manufacturing back in our parents' day is so completely different
Different.
what manufacturing is today and how high-tech and the things that we make just here in Rochester.
Absolutely. Parts for NASA.
Oh, it's
I mean,
unbelievable.
yeah, the students were amazed by that.
Yeah, Mars rover, all that stuff.
Absolutely.
And it's sort of a hidden gem, and that's why there's such a need, because people don't know what happens in a machine shop. They think it's dark and dingy,
It's
but
not.
it is not. It's temperature controlled and.
It's very cool.
Right.
Well, we've got to sort of move on here, but I'm going to ask my colleagues, can we move this to the board as a recommendation?
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
So congratulations. If you just hang around, I guess, till around 12 o'clock, we have to take this before the board. They're going to hear the same thing, and we'll let you know how that comes out.
Okay, thank you
good.
very much.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Next on deck is the CDL Class B license program and the CDL permit test preparation program for 1 year. Is Shauna and Rebecca here?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we're here.
Ladies, thank you for coming out on such short notice.
No problem.
I have a few handouts, and I'm sorry I don't have this available virtually. Oh, thank you. Just some highlights. What's included in here is also included in our application, but we wanted to highlight a few changes that we've made to our CDL program, as well as some successes that we've had. So if you're familiar with commercial driver's license, you might know that the federal regulations around training changed last February, and so our program went through a pretty significant overhaul to align to that training. And over the course of the last 16 months, we've been working to continue to refine the training in order to achieve the best outcomes that we can. And we're very, very proud that so far this year, we have a completion rate of 100% and a credentialing rate of 91%. So 91% of our enrolled students have achieved their commercial driver's license in the Class B. We're only one of 2 programs in Monroe County that offers the entry-level driver training approved program to outside enrollees. Most approved programs are approved so that they can train their own employees. They don't necessarily accept outside trainer or outside individuals who are looking to add this to their skill set. It's a short-term program. It's in the evening. It's designed for working adults. It runs just 6 weeks and 36 hours, which means that we want to maximize that time as much as possible. One of the significant changes that we made this year is we added an instructor and a vehicle. So now when we are working with our 10 students, we're maintaining a 5-to-1 student-to-teacher ratio, so that we can have as much drive time as possible. They get as much behind the wheel time as they can. And we've seen significant improvements in student outcomes by making that change. With that does come additional costs. So there is an increase in the cost that we're asking for this year so that we can continue to serve, maintain the same capacity. And one of the struggles that we've had since making the changes, in the transition of moving from our older training model to realigning to the federal regulations, we weren't able to run as many cohorts as we would like. But this year we anticipate successfully running 4 cohorts, the last 2 of which we anticipate being full, and we hope to continue to see that as we move forward. So while we haven't had as many enrollees as we would have liked, we're seeing a very significant increase in enrollees, and again, with the positive outcomes, we're very, very excited about the future of the program.
Excuse me, just for my sake, who is speaking?
Oh,
Is this-
my name's Rebecca Horowitz. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I jumped right in.
Rebecca,
I'm so
all right.
excited.
So Rebecca, let me ask this here. What is the cost per student?
The cost per student is, right now, it's $22.50, and we're increasing it to $2,500.
Okay, and are the students paying anything on that 2,500, or will this grant cover the whole 2,500?
Right now, the students are paying $250, and the grant covers the balance of it.
Okay, so 2,250 is the balance. Okay,
Yep.
all right.
One-
And
go ahead.
so we're covering what, 10 students with that?
Well, potentially, we're covering up to 30 students a year.
30 students, okay.
Yep, so
All right.
our program has the capacity to serve 40 students, and so we're seeking the grant to support 30 of those 40.
And are you having a challenge of filling those slots?
Historically, we were having a challenge. Right now, we're not.
Okay.
And I think historically, it really comes down to the transition, just the growing pains of needing to revise our program and make sure it's aligning to the requirements. There were some bumps, and I think it hurt us in terms of enrollment. We only had 3 students in our first cohort this last summer, and then we had 8 students, and now we have 10 students, and we anticipate filling another cohort of 10 students before the end of the school year.
So walk with me here. How could I get into the program?
It's very easy. We could sign you up today.
And if you're a Monroe County resident.
What is it, just an application process, and then I'm vetted or something like that?
Yeah.
What's the process?
There's an application for students to complete and an entrance assessment, and the entrance assessment is a reading and a math assessment, which is the same for all of our career and technical education programs. And students are also required to come in with their permit, as well as a few other documents that are required as part of either the DMV requirements or the federal requirements. And those are all things that we help support students through the enrollment process. New this year, we also added and included in our application a course to help support students with preparing to pass the permit, because we found that was another barrier for students. They were ready to go and excited to take the class, and they were a Monroe County resident, and they really struggled to pass the permit test. And so we've included that support in order to help, not only increase our pipeline, but also just make sure that students get the support that they need, even if their training ends up happening somewhere else.
And right after getting licensings and everything, it's very, very easy to find jobs. You got jobs lined up for all of the participants?
Yeah, so we have a number of employer partners that we work with in order to help align them with the career path that meets their goals. I've got a couple listed in the application, but I think there are a few others that we can include as well. I don't know, Carolyn, if you want to speak to some of the other employers that we work with.
We've also worked with, let's see, URMC, Casella Waste, RTS, is that on there?
Yep.
Greece Central School District works with us, and that waste management is on here, so. We actually invite the employers in to meet our students so that they can be recruited right in the class.
Yeah, our goal is to have, identify, like match employers and students before they even graduate, when possible.
And this program is just Monroe 2 in Orleans, right?
Correct.
Okay. Any questions from my colleagues?
I have none.
Can we move this forward to board?
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So at 12 o'clock, when we have our board meeting, you're gonna have to give this same spiel again. And hopefully, the board members will, may have some questions for you. And then after that, we try to move this to a vote. So I don't think you'll have to stay around for the vote, but after you do your presentation, we will get back in touch with you and let you know the results.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Anything else for the executive committee?
We need to review and adopt the minutes from July 13th, 2022.
We need a motion.
I'll move. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Okay.
So we got about 3 or 4 minutes before we open up for the board meeting.